Hey, my mic has been unmuted. Good evening, everyone. How the hell are you doing? It's just me for this moment. Hold on. Shut up, me. Yeah, double me for a second there. Dan will be joining us shortly. He's having a massive poo and he needs some more bog roll, Mrs. O, apparently. I think that's actually what's happening. How you all doing? It's a Friday night and we are back on Dan's channel. And we are going to be chatting about this evening when Dan does join us. Obviously, the preview of the match tomorrow, having a good old chat about that and what we thought about Amorim's press conference, which I've asked my assistant about. And I've got the main talking points very short. It's because it's the short. They do that embargoed bit, don't they? So it was very short. There was bog standard questions asked, wasn't there? I don't know how to talk about until Dan comes into the stream. Let me go on to the. I don't think I can control any of the comments or anything, so I can't put that on there. He needs to make me a manager. He'll need to do that. You need to make me a manager, Dan. So yeah, if I was a manager, I could have done all of this myself and just started the stream. So if you make me a manager, then I can start and I can put the comments up. But how's everybody getting on? Because Dan's ass is pulsating. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say. Where is he on another stream? He's where he is. He's on another stream. And apparently there's some I don't know what stream he's on. He did say to me, but I can't remember. And he's struggling to get away from that stream, I believe. So it will be us. So how are we all feeling about tomorrow, the ones that you're in? Don't forget to hit the like. And if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well. Dan's on the road to 2K, as you can see, scrolling along the bottom there. Great to see you too, Anthony. How are you getting on this evening? Evening, Steve. Good to see you. I can see your comments, but I can't put them on the screen. I'm sure Dan will make me a manager, and then in these instances, and I could have just started this, and I can have control of the comments as well. But I can see them, but I can't do anything with them. And I've got the stream going on my other screen over here as well. I hit 11K last night. Woo! 77 hit 11K last night. So thanks to any of you that have subscribed over there. How is everybody feeling this evening on a Friday night about waiting till Sunday now? The big wait till Sunday. I've tried not to listen too much. Everyone's still pegging it as the biggest game in the Premier League, which it probably is as well, even though there's such a massive gap between the teams. Everyone's still pegging it as the biggest game of the season. Yes, I am. I don't feel nervous now, but I will on the day. The nervousness will come on the day for sure. I think I'm pretty sure we'll both be in this room because Dan's obviously got a lagging stream, so we don't want to be 40 minutes behind. I'll be in the next transfer, the next international break, and Dan will still be watching the first 10 minutes of the match. So I think that'll be done from here. So we'll go from here. I'm feeling quite confident about it. Super excited for a full day of proper football. I know, yeah. So if it's going to be great, isn't it? A Newcastle playing tomorrow. Let me get them up. Let me get the fixtures up for tomorrow. What are the games tomorrow? I know there's a late match. I did see that. Well, Middlesbrough and Ipswich are playing currently. If anyone's interested in Middlesbrough currently, Middlesbrough and it's Ipswich. If I could get my words out, I had my nose fixed and my teeth don't work. Forest, Chelsea, 12:30. That's the early kickoff. Good to see you, Moxie. Yeah, hit the like, everyone. Brighton and versus. Oh, you got Newcastle. Brighton have got Newcastle at home, so Newcastle away tomorrow. How are you feeling about that, Sophie? What do you think? Burnley Leeds. Burnley Leeds. Crystal Palace Bournemouth. I heard a lot of chat about that game today, saying that'll be an interesting game because they're both quite high up the table. City Everton. Another win for City then. I would take it. And Sunderland Wolves, right? Yeah, Wolves need to win that match, absolutely. Wolves have to win. And then the late match is Fulham versus the Arsenal. And then on Sunday, obviously our match in the afternoon, and Tottenham Villa before us at 2. Is there a Monday night football? Monday night football. West Ham versus Brentford. I think we've got quite a lot of Monday night footballs coming up, haven't we? We never win at Brighton, so hopefully we can break the duct. You're going 1-0. 1-0 to Newcastle, I take it. Forest and Leeds lose. Forest will be in the drop. Yeah, Forest desperately need to win as well tomorrow, don't they? They have to win as well. So there with that, I want to go back to that match because I did hear a lot of talk about the Bournemouth match. They're going, "Oh, this is going to be an interesting match." So let me see. Can I see the tables, please? Tables. Oh, so Bournemouth are 4th. Oh, 4th versus 6th. That's why they're saying that's going to be an interesting match. 4th versus 6th. Mustafa, good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're well. I hope everybody is well this evening. I've got myself a wee drink of Estrella Damm, not sponsored. I was rather drunk last night. I never normally get drunk. But it was the 2 or 3 Jaeger bombs. So that's what happens when you start to get to know people in the pub that you go to. Because when I first started going, I didn't know anyone. I just would go have a sing and then come home again. And I did eat before I went out. But I had a big rum with my dinner. And then I went to the boot, had a pint there. Then I went up to the plough. And I think I only had 3 pints and a single rum. But because I know people, they're buying me drinks as well now. So I think I had 3 Jaeger bombs as well. So the walk home was more of a stumble. And then I think I did sleep for at least 2 hours on the bathroom floor, just in case. But I wasn't sick, thankfully. I wasn't sick. I didn't have the spinning room because I just lay on the bathroom floor. And I came back, I was in my bathroom earlier and I went, why didn't I actually just take like something to lie on, like a cushion? Take a cushion in there with me. I just lay on the floor, didn't take anything in with me. Yeah, so first time in a while I've been squiffy, definitely. Having lived in Scotland for so long, I can pretty much take my alcohol. No, he's not. He will be coming in. He will be coming in. He will be coming in at some point. See 3-1 to Newcastle with your new striker. Striker's feet looking very good. That new striker. He is big old lad, isn't he? Big lad. Yeah, he is doing quite well. Where are Newcastle in the league actually now? I've got the league up. 11th. Oh, you're a point behind us and a position behind us. And Forest will drop. Yeah, and Wolves need a win. That'll put them on 5 points as well. They have to win now. I really do want them. Obviously, it's my brother's team, and I do like Wolves as well. It is my local. It's my local. Support your local team. So I do. Big Dick Nick. For now, yes, for now. It will all change again tomorrow. Everything will change again tomorrow, won't it? City will beat Everton, so they'll stay on 11 points. So we could, if we both win, we could both go above Everton. Sunderland are just above us as well. They're on 11 points, Sunderland. Everton 11, Chelsea 11, Crystal Palace 12, and then City on 13 in 5th. And then 14, 14, 15, 16, respectively for Bournemouth, Spurs, Liverpool, and Arsenal. And Wolves propping up the bottom at the moment with West Ham and Burnley. So, yeah, it's all going to change. I think there's, like I said, there's still going to be some standout results. There'll be some like, oh, can't believe that result. Maybe Everton will beat City, for example. Like there'll be some. There's always a crazy result, isn't there? They're a good defence. They're solid, but they're away at City. City generally don't do well at home, don't they? City will play well at home, and they've got a bit of momentum going now after the wins. Everton is your surprise package this season. Oh, okay. Well, I hope they do. I mean, do we want teams like City to be losing? Because I just think, like, if we're not going to do it, if we're not Man United, I'm talking about, if we're not going to challenge at the top, these teams at the top, then teams like City need to be pushing on to do that, to give Arsenal. I'm on the wrong side.
Sit down! Oh, sit down! Oh, sit down!
I'm on the wrong side. Put me on the right side.
Do you want to move sides? Hang on a minute. There you are. Welcome. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm late. I was just come off a stream with a Liverpool fan. I thought I'd better go and do my bit. Doug, if anybody's seen him in the dugout, he's a great chap, and he's a very humble Liverpool fan. Not many of them out there at the moment. But sorry for being late, and Kev, thank you very much for starting. How are you, Kev? You okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I was saying you need to if you give me a manager's role, I think you can do that. If you give me a manager's role on your streamline, I could have just done all that and just started.
I could give you the manager's role at United if you want.
I can do that as well. But yeah, I'll probably play the same system. Don't mention the system.
Don't mention the system. How are we all feeling, by the way, tonight, chat? It's Friday night. How are we feeling about the game on Sunday? I mean, Kev, are you confident? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm just looking forward to it at the moment, and then I'll probably be nervous. I'll probably be nervous at the time when it comes.
I hope that kills you, mate.
I always am against Liverpool. The bigger teams I am, like the Sunderlands and the other teams like that. I'll go into it just going. I still expect to win. I still expect to win these games, like I've always done. But like the bigger teams, like Newcastle, Spurs, the bigger name teams, I always am nervous. Even if we're playing really well, I'll still get nervous about playing them. How are you feeling? What you're reckoning?
Do you know something? I'm good, and actually, I've as the week's gone on against City, I kind of as the week went on, I started very confident, and I started to get like, oh God, this could be worse. We could end up getting hammered, and we did. But with Liverpool, I don't know, man. I feel like Liverpool can be got at. I think their defense.
Yeah, I know they can.
Yeah,
but a lot of it goes out the window, doesn't it? Because
of course it does.
It's the derby sort of idea.
Of course it does, and I think that's what we need to focus on. We've got issues. We know that our midfield aren't anywhere near as potent as Liverpool's are. But you're looking at a Liverpool team where I feel like if we can get at the left back and the right back. The defense aren't, Van Dijk isn't looking the same this season yet. Yes, he's a world-class defender, and I'm not saying that this guy's finished, but he's not looking the same. If it's going to be a slugfest, it'll be a scorefest. And I think Manchester United have to go there with no respect for Liverpool. They have to go there and just give everything. And what I want to see from these boys, I don't know about you, Kev, is I want to see a group of players give something to the fans. Like give a performance and go out there and show that they absolutely, that what is on the front of that shirt, that badge matters. And if they do that,
we don't get a tonking.
Yeah,
as long as if we're going to lose, then lose with a bit of they can look themselves in the mirror, and we can all not be as gutted for as long because we played well. We actually played well, but they were the better team, sort of idea.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Anthony said. Excited. My mouse is terrible. Excited. Think it'll be a good game, bit like Arsenal. We seem to get up for the big teams. Poor old Sophie's on the sofa for work at 6 a.m. Bloody hell, Queen Sophie. You put Queen Sophie on the sofa. That's a song, that isn't it? Giles says changing my score to 4-0 Liverpool. What on earth, Giles? Come on, Christ. And Moxie says here he is, and I've been told to turn the volume down. I'm back. Look, it's.
I don't think it'll be a 4-0.
I don't think it will
definitely score. I think.
I think it's. Do you know it's the 100th meeting at Anfield between United?
Yeah. I heard that today as well. Yeah, in the press conference they were talking about that, weren't they?
Just got to go for it. Just got to go for it, Kev. I'm sick of being a United fan that's terrified of going to these teams. We've just got to go there and give everything we can. If we lose, we lose. But I do want to talk about this press conference, Kev, because as questions go, I wasn't impressed with the questions that were asked.
The questions are always shit, Dan. The questions are always it's rubbish. The questions are.
It felt very much to me like they were prepped in what to say. The questions about and we'll go into them obviously properly, but the public backing, academy and club structure. This is Manchester United against Liverpool. This is. For a Manchester United fan, I don't care what anyone says. This is the biggest game of the season to us. These two fixtures, home and away, these are the games that we look forward to. These are the games that if we win, we can stick it to the Liverpool fans. I don't care about the manager's future in the lead up to this game. I don't care that Sir Jim has come out and said the 3 years we're going to back him for, because Amorim was right to say, look. He's going to say that, but we know what happens in football. Move on from it. What I want to know is, Amorim, How are the players looking for this game? Are they looking up for it? What is the mood around there? Are you going to tell them to go out there and fight? Are you reminding the players just how big this is for the fans? So some of the questions, Kev, I don't know about you. I know
it's come back from that international break, isn't it? And all the stuff that went on in between, that's what the questions were for. I mean, the question about the academy, I don't know where that came. Was completely out of left field. Are we worried the academy's fallen behind or not, as the quality is not good in the academy? You sort of brushed that aside a little bit anyway. You just said, I've not been here long enough to be discussing the academy. I'm only here a year, so I'm not want to talk about what's going on in the academy. But he's put a young one of the young boys is in training with them. Lacey, is it?
Shay Lacey.
He's in training. Apparently he's being treated like a first team player, if you believe what you get on the YouTube videos, the video that I saw. But I mean, I don't know anything about him, if I'm honest. Has he started? Has he played in the first team?
Messi, they call him. He's a young lad who should have got to the first team a lot quicker than he has, but unfortunately, he's just been plagued with injury after injury after injury. He has had him train with the first team a lot more this season, and the reports are that he doesn't treat him as a youth team player. He treats him the same as the first team, and it's funny, isn't it? Because every season with Manchester United, there's always that youth player that comes through, breakthrough player, and does well. And is it Shay Lacey's turn this season, or will we start to see a bit more?
Hopefully, because that's good. And I also heard that the big young lad that's coming, Diego Leon, apparently he's not been doing very well in the under-21s. His performances have not been very good.
But then he played for Paraguay in midweek for his international side.
So I wasn't particularly happy to hear that. I thought he might be around the first team, but if he's not actually doing that well for the 21s, then
it's a big change for, though, isn't it? Like 18, coming to a new country, and the game is completely different to what he's used to, where he's come from. It was always going to take him time to, and I'm actually glad that we didn't just chuck him in the first team and go, right, go for it. Because as you know, Kevin, as the people who are watching this channel know, be it United fans or not, you can throw these youngsters in and you can destroy them, because if you throw them in and they don't hit the ground running and they have bad games, it destroys their confidence, and then they're finished before they've even started at their time at the club.
Sounds like some of our first teany players, Dan.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
We talked about on Wednesday, that's the risk of taking midfielders from all around the world. They can't slip, into the first team and slip into the speed and the physical nature of the Premier League straight away, and they need time. So same risk for somebody that's in their 20s, that's 18 or whatever, and 18, 19. But it was nice to hear that Lacey, this boy's been in the first team. I know we're going off topic a little bit, but yeah.
Here's what I want to ask you, though, and I want to ask the chat is, and by the way, if you're new, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're watching this on playback, get your comments in. We want to see that. What I want to know is, do you see Amorim springing a surprise in this starting 11?
No. No.
Straight in there, Kev. No.
I mean, if you're saying that Lemon's starting as a surprise, then maybe. But it looks like Lemon's will start. Lemmy.
I got a horrible feeling, mate, he's going to drop Sesko. I've got a horrible feeling he's going to go with the Cunha, Mount, and Mbeumo front three, which I think would be ridiculous against Van Dijk.
I don't think he'll do that. I think Sesko has to play.
He has to. He's 2-2. 2-2. He
has to. I think he'll play because they want him against Van Dijk, don't they? He's got the height and he's going to be
the pure.
Mm-hmm. Got the pure man, eh?
Yeah. The other thing as well, I was quite relieved to see, and we mentioned it. He did mention it in the press conference about Martinez, because people were saying, "Oh, he's back. He could be fit for this game." There is no need and no point to push Lisandro Martinez into a game at Anfield, in a game that, let's be honest, everyone expects Liverpool to go and dominate. So it would have made no sense. He's going to be back into action. This guy, we've seen him do it with so many other players where they'll play 60 minutes at a time. I genuinely think, I think it's a positive. I think it's a positive that he'll probably travel with the squad, but I don't want this guy back until Brighton or after that.
I'm still not sure who will start. I mean, I know I'd like to start, but I'm not sure who will start between Mount and Cunha. I don't think that's decided based on Mount's performances. We think he played well and we think he should start, but
I'd start Mount.
I think that's still in question.
And let me pose you this question: at the start of the season, could you honestly see it? Could you have, at the start of the season have honestly said you could see us sat here having a conversation of whether Mount will start over Cunha?
No, probably not. No,
you couldn't. And I'd like to say that I was right because I love being proven right. But I said at the start of the preseason, let's get Mount into the team. Let's see a match fit Mason Mount play football. And I think we're seeing old snippets of the old Mason Mount slowly.
So Cunha hasn't. So.
Look, and to have Cunha come off the bench at Anfield. You know what I mean? That's fantastic. It's fantastic. Let me go through some of these comments. Sorry, I keep forgetting to run through these comments. Can Kev put Jarl on a timeout? Says Anthony. Sophie B has 1-1 or 2-2. We'll go into our score predictions in a bit. Okay. The press conferences are crap. Yeah, they are awful nowadays. They are so watered down. You know, no one really goes in there and asks the question. Like, I didn't hear one question about this whole consortium thing, and I thought, surely that would be the thing. That was obviously told.
And then it's embargoed, isn't it? There's certain questions I think they're not allowed to ask, and the rest of it will be released tomorrow or something. Is it?
Yeah. We had a question about the Marseille game in November on ours. Says Sophie, 2-0 to United. I'm probably massively wrong, but F it, it's Liverpool. I love that energy, Anthony. I love that energy. Love that energy. The end of November to clarify far away, says Soph, and then media.
Not a stupid question to ask in the Newcastle press conference about a game that's away in November.
But this is it, though, isn't it? Like, I think the press, they get their passes taken off them like that now, don't they? So I think that is why they are scared to do their job. I think, you know, we can say it's stupid questions, but I think these journalists. I mean, some of these journalists have been in the game for so long. There's going to be questions they really want to ask, but they want a seat there, don't they? They want the seat there. They want to be able to be there. Media kills them off because they're at United, says Ben. Sophie says, I think you want runners against Liverpool, and that is why I think we could see that 3 of Cunha, Mount, and Mbeumo. That's what is in the back of my mind, Kev, with that. Sophie makes a great point.
I think Sesko can move. I think he can shift.
I think he can too. But it's the interaction between the 3, isn't it? They do tend to rotate quite a lot.
Well, as I said, there was definitely a couple of people that I listened to said he's looking unplayable because of the way that we're playing the long ball up to him, and it's not bouncing 19 yards off him like our previous striker, short-lived, did. He's either getting the flicks or it's going over both his head and the defender's head, and then that completely opens up the back line anyway. We're through on the back line with the 2 from the side coming in on it.
Look who's come to say hello.
Is it Jasp? Big Jasp? Oh no, it's Wee Bo.
What are you saying? Say hello.
Hello, Bo.
Want to come. What else have we got here? Anthony says same team at Sunderland would be nice. Yeah, I agree with that. Hit the likes and the bell and subscribe, says Ben. Bring Lucha back for Chelsea just to nail Garner. Honestly, I'd be happy with just keeping him all. You know that when it comes to us going to Stamford Bridge, if Martinez is about. And Chappie says Mount is better at the moment. Yep. I agree. And Ben says all these questions are pre-vetted these days. They absolutely are. And it's not the media anymore. It's PR. Now, I wanted to get your opinion and chat. I want your opinions on this as well, Kev. On Sir Jim's support, we will talk about it. How well do you think Amorim answered that? Because I think he kind of brushed it off a little bit and kind of explained, look, it doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah, he did. But that's what we've been saying. It's all fine saying, oh, Sir Jim said he's going to give him 3 years, but if he loses the next 5 games in a row, he'll be sacked. So that doesn't matter. I mean, some people say at the end of the season, it's still a Premier League, and we can't be floundering in the bottom 3 or whatever if we're just rubbish from now on. I don't think we will lose the next 5 games, but we might lose 1 or 2 of them. I don't think we're just going to go on a big winning streak now. It'd be great if we did. But yeah, it just pushed. It's all talk, isn't it? It's all just talk and it is just questions for the sake of a question to him. And he did sort of backhanded it away, but he's very good at turning it around to actually give the answer that he wants to give. That's not really related to the question.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I hated the answer when he said, because of the noise, he tells me this, but Omar and Jason tell me all the time, that this isn't about us talking about should the manager be back. This is Manchester United against Liverpool. We all know, the fans know, the media know that if he loses this, it's back to square one. It's back to the right. We need to win two in a row again. And I would, if I'm Amorim, I'm going to be honest with you, Kev, regardless of the season we've had so far, I want to go there to win. I don't want to go there to set up. And if it means we have to try and catch them on the counter, then so be it. But I think Manchester United have the players to go there, the attacking players, and get something here. I don't want to just get a draw. I want to go there and surprise them. We have been abysmal. We haven't won 2 in a row. Wouldn't it just be the greatest way to shut Liverpool fans up to say 2 in a row, thank you very much against you lot? Fantastic.
Yeah, but the backing's not going to reduce the pressure on him needing the results. And he did say, which I know what all managers say. All managers say it really is. It's just the focus is just on the next game. It's just the next game. He's not thinking about after Christmas or whatever other game after that. The focus does. It is the most simplest thing that anyone can say, but it is absolutely true. You can only look at the next match, and they referenced the 1-1 draw, and Amorim said he wasn't happy with when we got the 1-1 draw. He won
2 each. There was 2 or 1 at the main goal.
We should have won all the rest of it. So.
People forget about that though, because people go, "Oh, Maguire missed that glorious chance." Yeah. People forget that Maguire was offside. It wouldn't have counted anyway. No. If Maguire could have put the ball, it was offside. So, I actually like what Johnny said here, and I will bring this up. And again, this isn't about battering Amorim. It isn't, but this Amorim guy, when we aren't favourites to win, we perform better. Under his regime, I could argue that every other team is the favourite, and he makes a point there, like. A Manchester United manager, regardless of where we are in the league, we should not be saying that. We should be trying to go toe-to-toe with these teams. Now, let's not forget, Kev, Liverpool aren't in the best of form either at the moment. They've not won in 3. They've looked average at best this season, a few late wins. And is now the right time to be playing them is the question.
Oh, yeah, it is. I would definitely say that. That's a definite. The international break didn't really help us because that just... Well, maybe it did, because I don't know where Liverpool's players went off to. I don't know what where they were off playing, because there'll be a lot of internationals in that Liverpool team, more than our team, I would have thought. So they've, I don't know where they've been off playing. I know there was games in Japan as well. Well, there was a game in Japan. I don't know whether Liverpool's players were over there, but
we had Casemiro there.
Yeah, I think Bruno played 62 minutes or something. He was saying, didn't he? So. He should be okay, but the international break, it would have been good if we could have just played them before the international break, because I think it just gives just to refocus, isn't it? There's just time to refocus. I know they've been at their international clubs and everything, but it is just giving them time to refocus a little bit, and they now need to win as well, because they're going to start getting criticism, even if it's in the form of they're in transition. I mean that's just it's almost like backhanded criticism, isn't it? Really,
it's ridiculous. But I'll say this though, Kev, and I'm going to say this, and this is going to be a take that people are going to say, Dan, shut up. But I'm going to say it. I think Liverpool's defence is more suspect than Manchester United's at the moment.
Well, I think it is. It is. If it's Konate, he's not really done that well, is he?
No, and you've got the left back Kirkes, who hasn't exactly set the ground alike. You've got Bradley, who Liverpool, were saying last season, this guy's going to go on and probably, do so well. He's not looked great. Van Dijk obviously is a beast, and I appreciate that. But I just look at the back four that they play, and every time I've watched Liverpool play this season, they haven't been their dominant self at the back. They've not been able to push up the field and split. And I just think Manchester United, with the pace that they've got and the tenacity, because as you said, Sesko is quick, and he does like a tussle. Mm-hmm. He's got a hell of a first touch in him. He's got a quick turn of pace. Brian is pacey as hell. If it's Cunha or if it's Mount is quite nippy. I think United can do something here. That the only problem United have in this game for me is the midfield. That is where we are the weakest, and that is where they can catch us out. If they try and go through the middle of us, I think it's game over.
Well, we're gonna have to live with that. We're gonna have to live with that until January potentially, anyway, because that's not going to change. Whoever comes into that midfield, that's not really going to change a lot, is it? I think most teams, one of the good things we've got, I think, is pretty much all the Premier League teams should be afraid of Brian Mbeumo because they've all played against him and they all know what he's scarred some of the teams as well. They all know what he can do against them. Yeah. So he should be scary for other clubs. You know, even though he's now at United, he's not playing in the Brentford team, but he should be scary for the teams. And Sesko now 2-2. That's going to make people just start having a go. Right, well, okay, we're maybe going to need to keep an eye on him. The men's having a good game, and I'm predicting he'll start. They'll know it's going to take a lot to beat him, and maybe actually the fact that he did. I mean, somebody was taking the piss saying, they were cheering like we'd scored a goal when he came out and grabbed a cross out of the air at one point against Sunderland.
Chat, can we just have that on record? Kev swore before me tonight.
Kev swore twice, I think I've said a couple of swears. I think possibly, and I hope already teams are not just going to go, well, let's just pile it on the goalkeeper because of that good performance that he had against Sunderland, that teams are going to just instantly stop doing that now. I know the long throw-in's back. Everyone's doing the long throw-ins now, but we've got a long throw-in as well. If Dallow's starting, we've got a long thrower as well. So, and they are dangerous. All the long throws that have been against us and against other teams I've watched have been really dangerous.
Do you know who I would have rathered be fit for this game, but it doesn't look like he's fit at all, is Mazraoui. I'd have loved to have gone to Anfield. I'd have felt so much better with Mazraoui at the back. But I look, respect out the window. Manchester United just go there and just do something, and just do you know what I mean? I want to see someone do a crunching tackle in the first 5 minutes. I want them to get the crowd. I want Liverpool fans to boo United every time they touch the ball, because if they're booing us, it means we've done something. Let's go through some of these comments quickly. We have, hang on, we've got a few here. Sorry, guys. Run Van Dijk around his legs will go, says Chappie. If the lads click, we could absolutely batter them, but we are just as likely to fall apart and get battered. Moxie says, I think Sesko will give Van Dijk a lot to deal with. So we need runners in behind, play in Mbeumo and Cunha for me, but Mount probably will start. 100% can't start De Ligt and Maguire. We need a bit of pace. And that comment is key. And look, Luke Shaw has had a lot of doubters. He has. And Luke Shaw hasn't been fantastic this season, but I will say this again, like I've said before, square peg round hole. He isn't a centre back. He's doing a job for us. When Martinez comes back, different story. Now, what Moxie says there and is absolutely spot on. If we play Maguire and De Ligt, it's going to be a torrid time at the back for United, because the pace is something we need to make sure we're not caught out on. I think Lenny Yoro is doing fantastic this season.
Yoro's got to start. Yeah,
he has to.
The same team.
I think we're all the same here when we say Luke Shaw has to be left-sided centre-back, surely.
Yeah, he does. It does. It'd be interesting to see what happens when Martinez does come back. If that means Dorgu is out of the team, then, because I'm assuming Dorgu is going to start. Well, he didn't start, did he?
Didn't start against Sunderland, and that's a good thing. It shows that we're moving stuff around. The other thing that Johnny says here is like I think some forget how terrible Liverpool were before Klopp. Klopp built up that confidence for Liverpool to improve. We need a manager at United to do the same. And we mentioned the manager, and I was driving back from work, and and don't worry, guys, I'll get through the rest of your comments. And I was listening to a few fan channels, as I do, because I like to, obviously, I'm an opinion person. I like to hear other people's opinion. And a lot of them are saying, if this clicks, and exactly what Anthony says there, if it clicks and we sort the midfield out, does Amorim then have a side that can go on and do things? Is it just as simple as the midfield two aren't the right at the moment, and once we sort that, it'll be a different ball game? Because make no mistake about it, we've got players there that can score goals. We have, Amad Diallo. I saw a stat today. Amad Diallo scored more goals against Liverpool than Scholesy did. He's only played 3 games against them. Amad does seem to like playing against Liverpool. He always seems to have a good game. God, we need him on Sunday because, he come back from the international break, had a very good international break as well, a couple of goals and assists. I think now, I genuinely do, we just have to utilise this forward line better. And I think we have to give them something to work with. Too many times in the second half against Sunderland, I think the front three, Kev, were just feeding off scraps. I think I don't think the balls were going anywhere near like they should have been to them. If we can get the three per in, I think we score goals. And I echo what Anthony says. I think if we click, then we can go out there and do some damage.
Well, I said the other day, it's an on-paper team. On paper, we look like a really good team, and we do quickly forget. I know we've moaned about not getting the midfielder in the transfer window, but the last couple of seasons we haven't been able to score any. We just couldn't score goals. We couldn't score at all, and that's why we went crazy with the forward line. And we have got it. We had a player that's come in. You've got a hair in my.
You've got a bow hair in my mouth. Sorry, Kev. Carry on.
We've got Mount that's obviously come back. Maybe people weren't expecting him to play that well. I don't know. I certainly thought he's capable of it. But we've got Cunha, and they're both challenging for that sort of position as well. So we were desperate to sort out the front line, and we did that. And we chucked loads of money at it. But now we're moaning that we didn't get a midfielder.
Well,
On top of that as well. So, we do all. I quickly forget, and the rest of us all quickly forget the state that we're in with just not being able to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I agree. People are telling you to get on the naughty step, Kev. Wash your mouth out as well. Moxie says Canate is still a doubt for them, and obviously Alisson is out. Alisson's a big loss because Alisson always seems to do well against United. Salah always, and he does. Salah's record against United is ridiculous, so I'm not looking for Salah has been nowhere near his best this season. Wirtz hasn't done anything in 9 games. Okay. Isak has been poor. So you just know our luck, Kev. You just know it's going to be 2 goals for Salah, a goal for Isak, and 2 assists from Wirtz. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not being pessimistic. I want to beat these. This is Liverpool.
Well, I think maybe, and I didn't say he starts. I said if he starts, he's our throw-in man. I would rather not have Dalot starting either. I'll just clarify that straight off. The good thing about the Liverpool, so many changes as well at Liverpool is they maybe don't feel the derby. They don't understand it quite enough yet, or they don't understand it as much as we've got more players in our team now that understand what that derby means, or we've got players in there that are going to get everyone G'd up, and the new players in there might just not click into this is a derby, this is how big this derby is, and this is what it means to win it. So we'll try and take that.
I'd be pressing Kirkes. I would, Kev. We
watched
Kirkes took off in the 35th minute because he was just being pulled out of position. I
almost have doubt in their heads now. All the Liverpool it doesn't matter how big of a star you are when you're losing matches. That starts putting doubt in your head, the same as it does when we lose an early goal. We look like a different team. So if we can get 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, and it's still 0-0, or we take the lead, then that's a good thing. We don't want to lose that goal in the first 2 minutes, a lucky stupid knock, and some sort of ricochet that goes through into one of their forwards and they put it away, and something stupid like that. It definitely need to avoid an early goal because we don't generally react well to losing early goals.
No, I agree. I think what we do have in Mason Mount now, and I've seen this, this season quite a bit when he's played. He loves getting under the skin of rival players and rival fans.
He's a yellow card every week. He gets a yellow card, yeah.
He's a shit house. I think you need that at Anfield. Mm-hmm. A couple of points here that I wanted to just quickly run through. Moxie, before I do, says, but as the media have said, Wirtz needs time to adjust to the league, but Sesko's a flop. This is just classic, isn't it? It's just classic. They always go in on United players, saying they're not good enough and blah 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 blah. But Liverpool, well, no, they need time, yeah, because Wirtz hasn't just come into a title-winning team that absolutely destroyed the league last season, and Sesko hasn't just come into a team that couldn't score goals last season and still has issues. So I take that point. I absolutely do take that point. But who do you see, and chat, I want you to answer this as well, who do you see as the danger men for Liverpool?
Well, you put Salah in there, don't you? Even though he's not doing great, but that means because he's not doing great, like you said, he's going to pop up with a hat trick or something like that. Ekitike, if he starts, he looks like a good player, and he looks like he's taken to the league quite well. Their midfield's very good. They've changed the midfield around a little bit, haven't they? I mean, I've not seen McAllister's not played. Is he injured?
He had a hernia at the start of the season.
He's not played very much. Dan, you know what? I don't pay a lot of. I hate Liverpool. So I don't pay attention to what they're doing. Really, I just look at their result. So, and if they're having a bad time, then of course I'll go and watch them having a bad time. So I like that Bradley's getting taken off at half time. I like that the new players almost can't get into the team. Like Frimpong can't get into the team.
That's bad.
They're not sure about their Verts is 0. What was it? 09 was it?
009.
So all I've ever looked at is if they're doing badly. If they're winning, I'm not interested in seeing Liverpool win at all. I really dislike Liverpool and always have done for a long, long time. My younger brother's a Liverpool fan. It was his birthday the other day, and he's already given it the big one. So, yeah, I have to put up with that.
I agree. Akko says we are optimistic, but Amorim is very consistent. Win, lose, and he's spot on there. And Moxie says, stop being negative and worrying about if this and if that. Come on, lads, United.
Yes, we're not doing it if your granny had balls.
That is why I love you, Moxie. Anthony says the one thing that can kill the game, either way, is a red. Cassie, Bruno, Salah, etc. We haven't really talked about our selection here. There's talk that he starts Agate because Casemiro come back late, and Casemiro played two games for Brazil, 33 years old, and Ancelotti decided to do us over with that. So it wouldn't surprise me if Agate come in for this game. Now, what I will say about Agate, say what you want about him, he's been very inconsistent, but he's another one that I think will absolutely give it to the Liverpool player.
Yeah, he gets stuck in.
He does, and I think you need that.
He's doing an outstanding game.
Well, yeah, we're still waiting. How long has he been here? The question as well I want to, in fact, actually, Queen Sophie did say Gravenberch, Salah, and Ekitike is the danger men. I agree with that, and I also Szoboszlai as well. I rate him, and I think if he's playing in the midfield, he can really pull the strings for Liverpool. But people forget about Gravenberch. Gravenberch, when he come to Liverpool under Klopp, wasn't getting in the side. People were saying he was probably going to go. Last season under Slot just was incredible. Was a really good midfielder, one that United again were linked with and we didn't get. But people are forgetting about Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo sadly has got a really good record against us, and always
he's not been starting, has he?
Hasn't been started, can't get in the side. And this is the other thing when we talk about, and Ekitike and Gravenberch says Moxie are the ones who can change the game. With the Isak signing, obviously Ekitike started the season for Liverpool. Sorry, I'm not going to talk too much about Liverpool, but started the season as the striker. Now we see a sort of predicament for Liverpool where they're trying to fit both in, and you see Ekitike go out on the left and push Isak through the middle. Mm-hmm. Does that unsettle Liverpool's front line? Because on paper, as we say, a forward line of Isak, Salah, Ekitike, you go, wow. But on paper is fantastic. But if it's not working for him, if it's not fluid, do you see that as potentially something United can look at and go, well, okay, they're moving a player out?
Yeah, I think the team is unsettled generally. So that's why it is a good time for us to play. I think that Liverpool are unsettled generally, and I don't think they were expecting to be. The players weren't expecting to be, I don't think. So that's why it is, although we've had the international break, I still think it is a good time to play them. And then it's away at their ground as well. So they've still got to come back to us. I don't even know when that match is.
May.
In May, is it? So, so they've still got to come back to us, and who knows where everything will be at that point. I was just saying before you came in, tomorrow there'll be one or two ridiculous results that nobody's going to expect. Like Sophie's thinking that Everton might have a good go against City, and you never know the results. It's going to this league is going to, we're going to see some crazy results, and they're going to change from week to week. So maybe our result will be one of the crazy ones this weekend, and it will be because we've beating Liverpool 2-0.
Doesn't it break your heart though? Doesn't it break your heart that we're linking, we're using United's name in a crazy result? I mean, that's how far we've fallen.
Well, Liverpool getting beaten at Anfield is going to be a big thing for anyone, because your home team should be winning the matches. You've got to win your home matches, haven't they? That's just a basic fundamental of football. Win your home matches and do the best you can when you're away. So, does anyone expect Man United to beat Liverpool on Sunday? You know, have you heard anyone expect? You know, I mean, in the press.
No. They've written us off. They've written us off. Honestly, it's ridiculous how much we've been written off. And this game, football is a funny game. Anything happens. Steve-O says, guys, we drew 2-2 last time and we were a better team. Akko says, the team is very unsettled. They should worry more about our attack. I still can't figure how we control the midfield. And again, we go back to that is key for that. I mean, that is where our weakness is, and that is where Liverpool will try and to hit us. Now, Kev, I do want to get your prediction for the game. And chat, I want you to put in the comments what you think the score will be.
I think it'll be. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
I've said a 2-2 draw. I just on the Liverpool stream for the dugout that I was on just now. I think we can go and get a point there. And yes, we talk about we need to win 2 in a row, but I think a point at Anfield is such a good result. It puts us in a better frame of mind going into the next round of fixtures, and also it dents Liverpool's title charge. Which is
after Liverpool.
Brighton.
Away?
At home, I think, mate. I think it's, I'll tell you.
And we've got a visit Forest after that.
Yeah, Forest then. Forest, who obviously, hopefully, will still have Big Ange in charge. Yeah, we're at home to Brighton next Saturday at 5:30, and then it is
5:30 kickoff next Saturday.
5:30, and then it's the dreaded 3:00 kickoff, Kev, against Forest. We know how we like
the lucky stream.
Let's have a look. Akko's gone in with 2-1 United. Steve says we can't concede first at all. We can't, and I think that's the thing. If United score first, then we will see how this Liverpool team.
Yeah, well, that'd be a good thing. We're good to see how they react if we get an early goal. Because we know what happens to us of late if we concede an early goal. The team starts to lose faith in everything generally.
Sophie says 1-1 or 2-2. I just think a draw. Anthony says, look at this, the positivity coming through. 2-0 United.
Come on.
Moxie says, and actually, I would. Okay. So Moxie's gone Lamens, Yoro, Shaw. Then he's gone Mazraoui, who's unfortunately injured, but I would have put him there. Dorgu, Cassie Agate, so very defensive midfield there, which I think you probably need at Anfield. Then Brian and Bruno and Big Ben.
No mount in there.
No mount, that surprises me. I think personally it'll be Lamens in goal, Yoro, Dillit, Shaw. I think it'll be Ahmad and Dorgu. I think then you'll have. I think he'll go Ugarte and Bruno, and I think you'll see Mount, Brian, and Sesko up top.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that. I think it's the same team, bar Casemiro, if he's talking about him having a bit of a long haul and not come back particularly great, and because he's 105 as well. So yeah, I think he's not going to put Mainu in there, is he?
No, is he? There's more chance. There's more chance of Salah starting for us than Mainu starting. Mate.
But thinking with my head in terms of more with my heart, I should say. I think it's the derby match. Who's going to be more up for a derby match and what it means between Ugarte and Mainu?
I said this, and this is the thing. You want the local lads there. You want them, don't you?
Yeah.
The local lads get it. Like, this is the thing, when you talk about rivalries, it's because the local lads get it. And again, look, not going to bash the manager. This isn't about this. This game on Sunday is far bigger than us having problems with the formation, having problems with people being picked. For me, Sunday, it has to be, Kev, you're going to tell me off, but all out fucking war. It has to be war.
I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. I don't think it's going to be dull or anything, because we've had, some against the big clubs that they peg it as, it's the big game coming up, and then it's as dull as anything, and you just go, well, that was all the big build-up for a really boring game. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll probably be end-to-end because, Liverpool's defence is not great, but their attack's really good. So, and our defence is playing better, but I think we'd be lucky not to concede at Anfield. But I don't know, maybe we don't concede. Maybe Lamens has another stonker, and maybe the defence does keep Liverpool out.
Imagine a Lemmy ace of saves clean sheet. Oh my God! I would. To coin the great Kevin Keegan, I would love it. I would love it. I really would. And you know something? I'll go through the rest of the comments in a sec. But Akko mentions it, and it's a good comment. Are you worried that Michael Oliver's refereeing the game, Kev? And chat, are you worried that it's Oliver in charge?
Yes, yeah. But there's a load of it's always going to be they put a ref that's got more of a reputation in charge of these bigger games on there to keep control of it. So it'll always be one of the refs that I don't like. But there's not many that I don't know one of the refs in the Premier League that I do like.
And that's my point. It doesn't matter which referee is in charge of this game. They are all shite. They are all shite. So I'm not bothered about that, to be fair. Sophie says, I would love to see a 4-3 good old classic Liverpool United match on a knife's edge. Who's going to win? Moxie says the lineup he thinks that he'll play is Lamens, Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw, Dallo, Dorgu, Ugarte, Bruno, Bryan, Mount, and Sesko. I think you're probably not far from that. Steve-O says, guys, I feel so nervy about it already. I'm going to break my rule on Sunday, Kev.
Oh.
I'm going to have a
cheeky one.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Ben says we've seen the same at the Manchester derby. The players don't understand what it means anymore, and they absolutely don't. I saw at the derby at the full time they're hugging the City players, and I think if I'm the manager, I go on that pitch and I slap them up the back of the head and I say, get in that changing room, I'll deal with you in there. Z says Liverpool defense is very poor, we need to be clinical. There's a good point here. Who said it? Steve-O, we usually have a game of two halves, don't we? Good and bad. United this season, for most of it, have come out strong in the first half. It's been the second half we've kind of dropped off. United need to absolutely, they need to come out swinging in the first half. If we can have the first 10 minutes of us just blitzing their goal, unsettle the defense, unsettle the fans, unsettle Slot, then I think you could see a different way of the game going.
I think they'll have the confidence to do that off the back of the results that Liverpool have had. If Liverpool had just been completely solid and not had the bad results, they'd have been scared of that defence. They'd have been worried about. They'd probably be going with the mentality thinking, "How do we get through this? I don't know how we get through the defence. How do we break this defence down?" But seeing how shaky it's been. I think the mindset switches to, we could really get at them. Actually, let's just really test them early on. That's what Liverpool will be doing to us for sure, shouldn't they? They're the home team. They should be coming right at us. So teams that come at us, that's how we like to play against teams. We always struggle when teams play this low block against us because we can't get through them. So Liverpool are not going to sit and hold a deep line against us. They're going to want to come at us and put us to the sword. So that's why I think Sophie's probably right. I think it probably will be a bit of a classic. It won't be dull. I don't think it'll be dull at all. I think it'll be.
Although to be fair, mate, I'd take a 0-0 right now. To be fair, I'd take a 0-0 and say off you go back to Old Trafford. Chappie trying to dob me into Mrs. Robinson. Come on. I'm not even going to mention what Cooch is up to because I think I'd probably get in trouble for that. He was a DPD driver. I think he's signed for Prison FC soon. No, I think he's going to be their newest signing. Moxie says always a worry when Oliver's in charge, but as you say, the standard is shite. He really does rely on that dreaded VAR a lot. And then Moxie is off. Take care, Moxie. I'll see you, mate. And well, there you go, Ben. You've said exactly what I was thinking there. Do we think Ruben will change the defence halfway through? Absolutely. We know. Look, there are three things in life you can be sure of: death, taxes, and Harry Maguire coming on the 60th minute. It's just what will happen. Now, is that what we want to see? The only reason I want to see Harry Maguire come on the 60th or 70th minute is we're 2-0 up and he's thinking, right, we'll shore this up now and we will just have a barrier and just try and catch him on the break. I want us to go for it, Kev. he's constantly telling us that this variation is 3 at the back with 4 midfielders. Unfortunately, so many times it's more like 5 at the back and 2 midfielders. So be bold. I've seen a lot of teams go to Anfield this season with no fear. We saw Bournemouth do it.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, and I think, why not? Why not? This would be the biggest sign that things are going right if we went there and did something.
I think if we play well, if we start well, I think Liverpool will be worried. The players will be worried because, like I said, it gets into your heads. You played football. We've played the game. You played football as well. If you're not playing well, your team. If you're not playing well, you worry about your team. You worry about playing well. When are we going to start playing well? And they were not good against Chelsea. They were not good against Chelsea at all. No. And if we can do the same as we did, that Chelsea did against them, then that's going to start to make them step off a little bit, and then a bit of doubt into their head. It's who puts the doubt into the minds first. That's what it's going to be between these two teams, because I think they're both a bit. We're definitely still fragile if we lose an early goal, and Liverpool at the current moment, I think that's their state of minds as well. If they lose an early goal or they feel pressure from us and we're passing it about and all the rest of it, I think they might start going, "Oh, we might struggle here," and then that mentality just spreads through the team.
I agree. Ben says, for it to be a 3 at the back and 4 mids, the wing backs need to be more attacking-minded players. Dalot and Dorgu are too defensive. And to caveat that, we thought Ahmad would be the person that would push and do foot, and he doesn't. When we see Ahmad on that wide right, what I don't like is he seems to pick the ball up, turn around, and run backwards and pass the ball. And I echo, he's not here tonight. I can't see Wahaha in the chat, but Wahaha has been spot on about the Ahmad and Brian partnership. It's not worked. They just seem to want to gravitate to the same positions.
They're the same sort of players. They're the same sort of player, really. They've got a very similar style, a different stature, obviously, but they play a very similar game. They're tricky wingers. They like to take people on. I mean, he is powerful as well. Ahmad, he is still powerful. He's a little rocket, but obviously Mbuema's a bit bigger and he's a bit wider as well. But their games are very similar, and they're probably both. Well, Mbuema's never going to play a right wing back or a left wing back role. He's not going to be in that position. So it's Ahmad that's maybe the one that needs to check himself a little bit and remember that he's not playing the forward role. He needs to play that defensive part of it more.
And he has played it. He's played it at Anfield, and he's played it against Liverpool, and he's done quite well. I think, Kev, look, and do you know what? They're never going to watch this video because we're not the other channels. We've not got the followers. But if they do happen to stumble across this channel, Manchester United fans, Manchester United players, I'm talking to you now, right? Tomorrow, I want you to have an early night. I want you to just have a nice steady day. Have a nice meal. Watch something on Netflix, nice and chilled. Not that sort of chilling, but nice and chilled. I want you in bed by 10 o'clock. I want you to get a good night's sleep. And then the next morning, I want you to wake up, right? I want you to wake up, and I want you to wake up angry. I want you to wake up mad at the world. I want you to wake up and have no fear that you're going to Anfield. I want you to wake up and I want you to look at yourselves in the mirror, and I want you to just think about the players that have worn that jersey for Manchester United, that have gone to Anfield, that have gone and just roughed it up, scored last-minute goals. I want you to look at that badge and know what it means to wear that badge. And I want you to go there on Sunday then. When that ball kicks off at 4:30, I want you to be aggressive, tenacious, scrappy. I want there to be no fucks given, and I have sworn again, and I don't care. Ultimately, I want you to endear yourselves, each and every one of you in that squad. I want you to endear yourselves to the Manchester United fans. I want you to come off that field on Sunday and be able to look at yourselves and say, we gave everything on that pitch today. Yeah. We gave everything for those travelling fans. We gave everything for the managers. I want you to come back legends, heroes, because You tell us week in and week out on your Instagram posts, midweek after the dust has settled from another poor result, that you care and that we go again and that we're a family and we're Manchester United and that we stick together. You do it every time. Enough. As Elvis once said, little less conversation, a bit more action. And this Sunday, you have the ability to become legends. You have the ability to become heroes to the working man, to the fans. So instead of sitting there and shaking hands with the Liverpool players in the tunnel and arms around them, giving them a hug and giving them a kiss on the cheek, I want you to look at those Liverpool players. I want you to look at them. I want you to see right through them. I want you to glare at them. I want you to growl at them. And when you get on that pitch, I want you to kick lumps out of them, because Manchester United for far too long now have been in the shadow of their former glories. We have had to sit there and take poor results. And then we've had to sit there and listen to Liverpool fans tell us, we're coming. We're taking your record. This is the time now. This is the moment. Go out there. Go out there and do what you need to do. Come on, because I'm telling you something. I am feeling so pumped for Sunday, Kev. I should be sat here worrying, but then I remember it's Liverpool. This is what the Premier League is about. This is the fixture that no matter what fan of any club you are, this is the biggest fixture in the Premier League. This is bigger than Arsenal Spurs. This is bigger than West Ham Chelsea. This is bigger than Liverpool Everton. This is bigger than Manchester United against Manchester City. This is the Premier League. This is the game. So go out there and give them something. Leave nothing in the tank.
It's a good opportunity to build that, to put a lot of confidence back into the fans. If we can get a win there, that'll put so much confidence back into everybody again.
This is it, mate. This is
lacking, but yeah,
it has to. This was. I tell you something. You go to Anfield and get a result. This could ignite the season.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
this could ignite the season, because I tell you something. The carrot at the end of the stick here is we win on Sunday. Yeah, we win on Sunday. We're a point or two behind Liverpool.
Yeah.
Even though we are the laughing stock, people love to laugh at Manchester United. People love to laugh at the fact that we've not got anywhere near where we used to be. But we could be...
United just start playing well and winning games. What are people? People are just not going to have anything to talk about.
Exactly. The media will be like, oh, brilliant.
They won again. Man United won again. And they won again. Oh, man.
Just want to see it. I want to see it. I want us to think like Roy Keane. I want us to think like the big boys used to for Manchester United. I want us to be as scrappy as Jaap Stam against Patrick Vieira. You know, when Patrick Vieira swung a punch at Keno and Jaap Stam come and grabbed him around the throat and said, "You sit down, son." I want that Manchester United, Kev. I want that Manchester United.
Yeah.
And look at that. Akko says, "I'm motivated, Dan." Sesko hat trick. He also said, "Dan is now a therapist. What can't football do?" And yes, come on, what's the language? Who cares? It's Man United, Liverpool. Players need to thump their chests, says Steve. That song reminds me of King Eric Nike advert in the cage 3v3. I love that. That was an amazing advert. As Keno says, they're going to war. Giles says, "Are you talking about the Battle of the Roses?" No, I'm talking about United, Liverpool. Play for the badge and themselves. In the Warriors code, there is no surrender. United. And don't forget that if we win, it's because their players need time to adapt to the league. They'll only cheap out.
That's the narrative. It'll be, it's against the struggling Liverpool team. They'll be back. Liverpool will be back. Man United have just played them at a good time. That's why.
Honestly, and that's the thing, though, isn't it?
I love that if that's what happens.
That is what happens, though. It'll be, it's United. You know, we were this, with that. We've got a plan in place. Absolutely not. We just have to go there, Kevin. Just believe in ourselves. Just believe. I'm pumped now. I could go and sink 12 Stellas now and just start. I could. But Mrs. Robinson would say no. So see how the confidence goes from to Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, yes.
No. But Kev, anything that you've got to add before we close, my man?
Yeah, I think we'll lose. No. I'm
not having it. I'm not having that. I've just sat here and give you all the biggest pump, and that man.
I am confident. I'm confident. I'll be very nervous on the day. I think I'll be really that'll be the most nervous I've been. I always am against Liverpool because of the deep-seated dislike of Liverpool. I really, really dislike losing to Liverpool. And you know what I'm like? If we lose, I try and just shake it off as quick as I can. But that's the hardest one. That is the hardest one to shake off against Liverpool. So, yeah, the fighting spirit. We need that fighting spirit, and hopefully, we have got enough players in the team that have got that mentality now. Hopefully, I mean, Buemo knows what it'll be all about. He'll want to beat Liverpool. Mount, if he starts, will know what it's about. De Ligt's a fighter anyway. Shaw's a fighter as well. We've got a good few players in the team. Bruno knows what that fixture's all about as well. If Ugarte's going to play, he can put himself around a lot as well.
Be that Uruguayan battler, just have the South American anger.
Yeah, I hope they have seen you around. Well, that's the kind of thing that the people that understand this derby match at the club should be winding the players right up. Yeah, just get them wound right up about it and what it will mean for everybody, for the feeling around the club, for the confidence in the players, and the confidence that's been drained out of the fans of like the last season and a half, 2 seasons, whatever it's been. So definitely we need to crack right into them.
And this is the difference between like Liverpool fans and Liverpool players and people there. They won't be sat there going, "Oh, we're in a bit of bad form here. We've got United now." They'll be thinking, "We're in a bit of bad form, but it's United, so we should get 3 points here." Turn it. Giles says, "Dan, you're going to run out of gas before..." No, absolutely not, mate. I will be ready. Wirtz needs time to become a good player. Isak needs time to adapt to the league, says Anthony. Ben says, "Go with that confidence to ask Mrs. R if you can go for a pint now with Kev." I'm going. Daniel!
I'm going down the Raven. I'm going in the Raven because they've asked me to sing. The DJ was at the play. No, he's not going.
She said no.
I'm going to the Raven after.
Oh, I love the Raven. Right then, guys. Churchillian. Yes, it was Churchillian talk, and we will fight them on the beaches. Have you seen that impression of Chris Eubank that we will fight them on the beaches? Guys, it's here on Sunday. We will be here live to watch it. I want you all to get that anger that I've just displayed. I want you all to get ready for this game. I don't want you, and Kev, we will talk about this on Sunday. I don't want anyone coming with the nervous energy. I want us to come there with one thing in mind, and that is to fight and win.
We want to see early doors. We want to see that on early doors from the team. Get a good sense from them early. That's what I've noticed lately watching them. I can get a good sense from them. Before in the glory days, it was just expected, and it happened every single time. It always happened.
Yeah,
and we would always score. We would always score. But just of late, get a sense from the team early on as to how their mentality is, how they're feeling. So as we can see it early on, I'll be a lot more confident. Going to be around here, then I take it.
Correct. Yeah. We'll come round. Yeah,
on the TV.
We'll be here for it, guys. Look, enjoy your Friday night. Kev's going to the pub. I'm going to watch Big Brother. Take care of yourselves. We will see you Sunday at 4:00. Dan United, Kev United, fight and win!